Welcome to Emmelac online tutorial. Now let us look at this IGCSE maths question, and it reads that if 3 minus x, 6, 7 minus x are consecutive terms of a geometric progression GP with constant ratio r greater than 0, find the a values of x, b constant ratio. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, let us understand what consecutive terms are in geometric progression. Okay, now consecutive terms are series of number with a constant ratio. Okay, they are series of number with a constant ratio. So let us say, for instance, you have 3, here you have 9, here you have 27, here you have 81. Now these are series of number with a constant ratio. How is it a constant ratio? Let's take the second term here, which is 9. 9 all over 3 is 3, which will also give you the same value when you divide 27, which is the third time, all over 9. Okay, so this is what we call consecutive term of a geometric progression. So but it has a formula where a is the first term, ar is the second term, ar raised to 2 is the third term, which also leads to ar raised to n minus 1, which is the last term or the n term. Okay, where n here is the number of terms in the series. Okay, so let us reconcile this with the question here. This is a, this is ar, which is second term, and this is ar raised to 2, which is the third term. Okay, so let us now find the value of x. So how then do you find the value of x? Now let's take note. All we just need to do is to find the common ratio. Okay, so here the common ratio we have here should be ar now divided by a, which is the same as saying ar square, which is the third term, all over ar. Take note, this gives us the common ratio or the constant ratio. So what is ar? Ar from the question is 6. Then all over the first term a, that is 3, minus x, then equals ar squared, which is 7 minus 5x, then all over ar, which is the second term, that will be 6. So what do? We cross multiply. So here we have 6 times 6 equals to 3 minus x multiply 7 minus 5x. So for the left hand side we have 36, then equals, opening this bracket or expanding, we start with 3 times 7, which gives us 21. Now 3 times negative 5x gives us negative 15x. Negative x times 7 gives us negative 7x. Negative x times negative 5x gives us positive 5x squared. So you can just rearrange. We have here 36, then equals 21, negative 15, take away 7x, that gives us negative 22x, then plus 5x raised to 2. Rearranging further, we have 5x raised to 2, then minus 22x, then plus 21, then minus 36, all equals to 0, which gives us 5x squared minus 22x minus 15 equals 0. Why minus 15? Because 21 here minus 36 will give us 15. Okay, so the next thing we just need to do here is to factorize this equation. So how then do we factorize? Take note, first here our quadratic term has a leading coefficient of 5, right? So, and all we just need to do, since it has a leading coefficient greater than 1, all we just need to do is to multiply this leading coefficient by negative 15, and that should give us negative 75. And we can see that our sum here is negative 22. So here we have negative 22. So we ask ourselves one question: what are those two numbers which, when you multiply, will give us 75, and we add to give us 22? So those two numbers are negative 25 and 3. So when you multiply these two together, you have 75, and when we add them together, we have negative 22. So all we just need to do to factorize this is open two parentheses, open and close, then equals 5. Now since here we have 5x here, 5x here, then we take negative 25, then the next one is positive 3. Sorry, this should be positive 3. Alright, so now you can see that from this time here we have a common factor, which is 5. So we can just reduce it by 5, the 2 by 5. So we end up having x minus 5 and 5x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, let's take the first case here, which is 5 minus x. X minus 5 equals 0. This becomes x minus 5 equals 0. And when we add 5 to both sides, x becomes 5. Now this is the first value of x. So let us solve for the second value of x. So this is 5x plus 3 equals 0. Now when we subtract 3 from both sides and divide both sides by 5, then our x now becomes negative 3 all over 5. So here is the second value of x. Alright, so let us move to number b, okay, which says find the constant ratio. Now let us take note from here. Here is the formula for us to get the constant ratio. Okay, so here we have that r equals ar all over a. Take note, you can actually make use of either this or this, but I will choose the first one because it's more easier to work with. Okay, so when x equals 5, so let us find the value of our r. Take note, our r becomes ar here is 6. So here we have 6. Then all over our a, which is the first time, is 3 minus x. And our x will be replaced by 5. So this gives us 6 all over negative 2, which gives us what? Negative 3. Let's just take note that from the question we are told that r is greater than 0. For the fact that r is greater than 0, it means this value of r is not valid. Okay, so let us check when x equals negative 3 all over 5. Let's come again with this formula. So here we have that r equals ar all over a, and take note our ar is 6. So here you have 6. Then all over our a is what? 3 minus x, and our x this time around is negative 3 all over 5. Okay, so this gives us 6. Then all over, take note of this sign, negative times negative will give us positive. So here we have that 3, then plus 3 all over 5. So all we just need to do to reconcile this denominator and the denominator for 3, you just multiply this by 5, numerator by 5, multiply the denominator by 5 also. Then our r becomes 6. Then all over 15 all over 5, then plus 3 all over 5, which gives us 6 all over 18 all over 5. Why 18 over 5? Because we've gotten the same denominator. Since we have the same denominator, we can just sum the numerator, which is this, directly. Okay, and that's why we are having 18. So this is also the same thing as saying 6 divided by 18 all over 5, which also we can rewrite as 6 times 5 over 18. Why 5 over 18? Because we need to change this division sign to multiplication, and by doing that we just need to swap 18 all over 5. Sorry, find the reciprocal of 18 over 5. Okay, so which is 5 over 18. So we can just simplify further. 6 here 1, 6 here 3. So here we have 5 all over 3. So when x is negative 3 all over 5, then r is 5 all over 3. Now, since the question actually initially told us that r is greater than 0, then this value of r, which is 5 over 3, is valid. Alright, please, if you love what I've just done, please like, share. Thank you, and remain blessed. Bye bye.